Uh, so how's Twitch treating you?
Which is treating me well.
Yeah.
Like I have a lot of really good followers that
Mm-hmm.
are ride or die for me that are here all the time. I'm like I'm blessed to have some of the best mods on Twitch, which people would disagree because my mods are little gung ho, but they're trigger happy because they have to be, right? They always have to be on alert because so many people come by just to be buttholes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like sometimes you get banned for something small.
Is that good or bad?
It's a little bit of both. Like
Mm.
it's good that they're that thorough, but it's bad that that sometimes somebody that with not ill intentions asked the wrong question that they legitimately wanted to answer to, but the trolls have taken this question and manipulated it or social engineered it to be a bad thing to me.
Uh, see, it's like you have to have inside knowledge to know why that question is
Right.
sensitive.
And some people don't come by every stream. Some people, like it might say I have like 500 concurrent viewers,
Yeah.
but I have like 2,500 people that come in and out over a 4 hour stream,
Sure.
right? You know, how many people watching you at that exact point isn't a dictator of how much traffic comes in and out during a stream.
I follow. I follow. Yeah. Yeah. I don't ban for very much on my stream, but I'd also probably don't deal with as much trolls as you do.
Well, it's like today, they sent me something like I'd have to count them. I'm just guesstimate 20 chargebacks tonight or something like that.
Really? That's a lot.
Yeah, it's got to the point where I just keep like $1,200 in my YouTube account, my PayPal account just for that. So like until they get over $1,200 of like disposable income money from their mama, I don't really care.
Yeah. At WoodyCraft, we used to keep $5,000 as our minimum for the same reason. Like I think it was 15. It'd go from 5 to 15. We take it back down to 5, and we just do that all the time because you don't know. Sometimes you need to buy something, and you don't want to be out of money.
Well, mine's just to protect me, so like they don't start digging into my bank account or something like that. Because PayPal's already. I've talked to enough people that they don't charge me the chargeback penalty anymore.
Ooh, damn, that must be nice.
So like I don't get that $20 penalty if I don't like go through the chargeback process.
Collins peeking at me through the door. I don't know if he's trying to come in. Sorry.
Yeah. So like I normally just make them write it out now. So if you want your money back, you wait in 2 months. I'll wait till the last day. Click.
Then give it to him.
That's the only power I have over them. Like they come here, they spam like racist words and things like that, and it's like,
Does that work? I feel like they get caught. Oh, anyway, you can always get around it.
well,
Right? All you have to do is use the right number of 3s and 1s, and Taylor has the F slur bad, the F slur that rhymes with maggot, and he's like, I have it banned up to 7 Gs at this point. Like, how far am I supposed to go? And yeah, you can always say it if you want to.
right. But like what a lot of them don't understand is like you got to show intent.
Yeah, right. Like you don't get in trouble as long as you're making a good faith effort. Some guy is spamming in my chat for you to unprivate PKA 101. What is that about?
I privated all my videos on my YouTube channel.
Oh,
And like some of them were like PKs that were only on my channel.
oh, that must be why he wants it so much. Maybe it
Yeah.
was. Oh, okay. Well, that could be.
And a lot of that comes from trolling. Like I have this guy that's like an apprentice lawyer that constantly messes with me, but he's very, very bad at not showing his hand. Like if he gets a deck of cards, he's the guy that's like full smiles when he sees he's got a good hand, because he'll always like show me ahead of time what he's planning on doing to me. He's like, I'm gonna make a video of 100 things you said about Jesus, and I'm gonna send it to your wife's mama. Like, okay, from my track record, I know that you're about 2 clips into this. I'm just gonna private all my videos so you can't make your video.
Yeah, that guy is motivated, dude. I don't know why. I don't know what fuels him to spend so many hours giving you a hard time. Nah, I'm baffled.
Is internet clout. That's the only thing I can think about. It has to be internet clout. He chases it.
People work hard for internet clout. People work super hard for that. It's a big deal. You'd think that I'd understand it, right? And you, like, for this job. But I'm like, bro, you're not getting anything for this. These are
Well, I think we're jaded on the fact because, like, we've experienced both sides of internet cloud at this point in our life. There's a positive and a negative that goes with everything. And a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people live boring lives where they're unimportant.
Well, wait a second. We live boring lives where we're unimportant too. Maybe we shouldn't throw too many stones.
I disagree with you because
Okay.
somebody in the Middle East knows who WoodysGamertag is. Somebody in the Middle East doesn't know Justin from the block.
Still boring.
Right. But you got to understand where you come from. Like, a lot of these people just want to have validation. They want to be a part of something. They want to be a part of a bigger group. It's why religion works so well. Religion's more of an exercise in, like, community than it is in actually, like, people believing in what they worship. I know that's kind of like being broad, but I find people enjoy the community of, like, going to church much more than they do the actual worshiping of church. Make sense?
I'm thinking it through.
It's a dangerous topic, and I picked probably a worse one to do it with. But is like the South. If you ask somebody to give you a Bible passage, they'll give you John 3:16. They'll give you a couple of the easy ones, but they won't really know what the book of Job's about, or the book of Numbers, or the book of Joel, for example. Like and how Joel was about, like, the locusts, coming through and how they had to burn the villages. They don't know any of that. They will claim to be Christian, and they'll go to church every Sunday, and they'll listen to the pastor talk about it, but it goes one ear out the other because they're really there because they like the idea of it. They like the idea of community, and they like the idea of being a part of something greater than themselves. That's how gangs work. Like in LA, the Crips and the Bloods. People join gangs because they don't see anything else, and they see the gangs taking over the streets or, like, controlling their little section of the world, so they want to be a part of that. People naturally have this clan mentality, at least my perspective.
Dude, so I'm watching your chat, and Nightbot just said, Wendy's Chili is the life fuel that drives the dreams of champions, with 3 emotes, 2 of them being Wendy's Chili and you looking like the Wendy's girl logo. I fucking love that you're leaning into that. I bet it works for you. I bet it's like, God, tell me that's not easier way to handle it than fighting against it, trying to get people to stop saying it.
I don't. Initially, I did.
But
at the same time, it's like some people will beat a dead horse till it's dead into the ground. You ever see Gone with the Wind where she beats the horse to death? That's the trolls. Like the whole Pepsi thing. I can't drink soda anymore.
Okay.
Stomach isn't shaped a way to allow it to have, like, gas in it. It goes straight up my throat every time I drink something with, like, carbonation.
The whole pain pleasure thing's out of whack. When you make that decision on soda, you say, no, it sucks more than it's good.
You burp a lot. It makes you feel like you went underwater too fast and it got up your nose.
Okay.
So, like, can't drink carbonation. Right? But they pretend like I drink a chili with, like, a Wendy's chili with a Pepsi all the time, and you can't even buy Pepsi at Wendy's. That's the whole. That's
true.
Wendy's is a Coca-Cola.
Fucking Wendy's noobs. But anyway, carry on.
But it's like, it's annoying. I have a shrine to Coca-Cola. I know you've probably seen it before, but I do. I have a shrine to Coca-Cola because I love Coca-Cola. And, like, now all of a sudden I'm known for Pepsi. Like, I even have a Pepsi emote.
I see it. They're going wild with it. That's so, dude, leaning into that shit is brilliant. Like, it's worked great. So that it doesn't even bother me, but I did it with George Foreman. Are you aware of this story at all? The George Foreman background?
All I've heard was you would cashew nuts or something like that.
That one, we could circle. That one doesn't make any sense to me, but they ran with it. But let's do the George Foreman thing. So a couple things happened at the same time. I once told this story of Hope. She was a freshman. She met a UNC basketball player. Now, these guys are like gods on campus. And it was just freshman orientation. She talked to him for like 10 minutes or so, and then they never saw each other again. And she recognized him as, I don't know, he just seemed like good at acquaintances. I'm trying to say, like, you meet someone and they make a good first impression. That's what I'm going for. He made a really good first impression. And that's all she knew of him, right? Hope's not hanging out with the UNC basketball team. Those guys are gods. And then later, the guy got kicked off the team. I don't want to get my story wrong, but I think he was a rapist who intentionally spread HIV or something wild like that. All right. Around the same time.
Not very godlike.
Yeah, not very godlike. So around the same time, my son's parkour coach had a kid, and their first choice for watching their kid, because they both work, fell through, right? She turned out to be not a good babysitter. So Jackie stepped up, said she'd watch her, and now we watch.
Connecting the dots already on this,
right? So now we watch this little girl. Her name is Freya. She's adorable. She's sweet. She's fun to have around the house, and that's that. So the internet put these things together and said that this was Hope's rape baby.
This is what it sounds
and
like
that the kid's name was George Foreman,
Woody,
which is the grill I used to
apologize for
cook
the
chicken.
interruption of this intriguing conversation.
Hold on, I got a donation.
But will you consider one day playing Lego Indiana Jones on stream?
Banana slip slap, I'll come back to you. So they just started going with George Foreman thing for ages. And they named the kid George Foreman because that's the grill I used to eat chicken I talk about too much. And now I've got this little kid named George Foreman.
Give him the 10K wood
so
kappa.
I leaned into it, and now I call her George Foreman too. Not a problem. And it's just way better than trying to get the internet to stop doing something. And it is kind of funny. Like, I get it. But for a couple weeks...
I'm over here wondering why you cook with George Foreman grills. Those things are terrible to clean.
I wouldn't know about cleaning. I don't Doesn't seem to take her too long. I've seen it happen. I don't know. I think it's quick, it's easy, and it's healthy. And like, we talk about pain pleasure with Pepsi for you. When I eat, what in my mind anyway registers as sinful food, it's like, man, it's not that I don't like this. It's that the guilt doesn't tie into how much I like it. It's a sometimes thing. And George Foreman chicken is kind of guilt-free for me. So that's the thought process in my head.
I feel you on that one, homie.
And then the cashew thing. So I liked cashews when I was like 6 or something. And the family would sometimes go to movies and get snacks, and I'd get like, I don't know, what are those things called? It's like 2 tuna fishes of cashews, like that little can. And I'd eat them all myself. And when I did, it turns out cashews are related to poison ivy, like in the whole genealogy family. And some people, if you're very sensitive to poison ivy, can get a poison ivy rash from eating too many cashews, which happened to me. And at first we're like, why do I have poison ivy on my taint? Like, what the fuck? How did that get poison ivy on it? I didn't poop in the woods or anything. And it turns out it was from eating cashews. Well, now I'm like Cashew Matthew for the rest of my life. And it's like, I don't even eat cashews anymore. I was 6. Back off. But it's what it is. Some of the genealogy. What is the whole like family of plants and animals called? What am I messing it up?
Genealogy?
It's not geology. That's rocks, right?
Genealogy.
That's what I called it, something close to that. Genome.
I don't know. I'm just taking a guess in the dark here.
Yeah. Whatever.
That's for nerds.
My chat says genealogy. At least one person did. So we're astrology. Yeah, let's go with that. It's probably astrology.
Yeah.
So that was the genesis of the whole Cashew Matthew thing. I ate a bunch when I was 6 and got poison ivy, and now it's like.
Well, I was in a very dark period of my life, and I was playing a game that made me upset. And people were making videos about it, and I felt like my life was going down the drain, and people were doing harping on that one little 2-month period of my life in 2017.
I think I know the period.
Yeah.
You know what? As hard as it was for you to live through, I think it was good financially.
It was. I mean, like, I don't want to, like, I'm doing well myself. especially now since my house is paid for.
Hmm.
Thanks, Trump. Which it just happened to line up that way. I got my Trump like stimulus check, and I owed like $100 less than the check was worth.
Dude,
Like, I know where this is going.